Hey, it's Don the Auction Professor. Today I wanted to talk about what's going on eBay and address that in relation to my sales increases and other people's sales increases. Now, I've talked about this before. My sales have just been going up and up on a time where they've never done this before. I've got 5 years of past sales history in every area that we sell in right now, and everything's through the roof on this. It started going on in June, end of June, and it's just steadily increased and steadily increased and steadily increased, well beyond any of my projections. So I'm throwing those out the door at this point and just looking towards, the winter even being better, fourth quarter. Now, I wanted to know why this was going on, and it was puzzling to me, and I've heard other people, you can see some comments in some of my videos, below, and even on my Facebook page about people talking about this is one of their best months, and there's a lot of people telling me that right now, and I'm having one of the best months we've ever had, especially through a summer. This is the best summer month I've ever had in 5 years of doing this. I know we're listing a lot, so, I thought, that has a lot to do with it, but even when you look at that basis on versus the sales, it's just a phenomenal increase in sales. But even when you look at, the basis and all the percentage of sales, it's a phenomenal increase in sales, not just for me, but for many other people. I know it's not that way for everybody, but I don't sell the clothing and what most people are selling, so I'm looking at it from a different standpoint than most people. The people who are commenting and have these sales, they sell some clothing too, so it's not just me that's having this. I've dug into this, and I've really dug into it. I've looked at timing and the such forth. The only thing that happened before this is the eBay apocalypse everybody's talking about, where all the 27 million photos and hundreds of thousands of people were affected. And I put out videos about this, and we've talked about it. And I've gotten a lot of, nasty replies and things about that, and emails and things saying, all these people who are quitting eBay because of all the changes and all these issues. And that really got me thinking, what's really going on here? And I looked at, amounts of listings that are up for certain items that I know we've always, keep track on. As I said, I research certain areas all the time. I go back weekly sometimes and look at prices in areas that I sell in. I look at quantities up versus, quantities up of those same items last year, the last week, and across the board. Sales and what people are listing have gone down in the summer. People are listing less right now. People are dropping off eBay and trying other sources, Bonanza and running to Poshmark and all the other places that they're steering their business away from eBay. Which, it sounds like eBay is going down and all these other issues and the layoffs and everybody, jumping on the bandwagon to dog on eBay, and they're pulling some of this business away from eBay, which is fine. It should be fine for those of you who want to stick it out. I'm not worried about that. eBay is still in the top 2, as they have been for 20 years. There's just no justification to say eBay is going down because of some glitches. There's other markets, yeah. There's other places to go to, yeah, that's fine. But the reason my sales are up right now is because too many people have dropped off or steered away because of some issues and some glitches and things like that. So for me, it's helping me. There's less competition right this very minute for items that I want to sell because people have gotten frustrated, or it's a bad ordeal, or they just started and they're giving up, or they don't like the change, they don't like the way it's going. Some of these people who don't like the way it's going already sell on Amazon, which is the same setup that eBay is trying to mimic to some extent. So, I just don't get it why you're dropping off the bandwagon here. For us, it's been a big help. So all these people dropping off and giving up on eBay, it's made less competition for the rest of us. It's given me the opportunity to see the new changes, like the policies and things along that line, the changes they're doing to the listings and the buy box areas and things along that line. It's all helping my business. I'm bringing in people from Google searches, from just standard web searches. So for us, all these people, mad in the apocalypse and jumping off the bandwagon has helped my sales. And that's probably going on for the other folks that are talking about. And I'm not just talking to a few people. You can check yourself on the comments and some of the feedback and things you see in my videos. There's other people that have increased sales. And again, as I said, I'm very good on researching. I dug up information. I dug up the amount of listings in certain areas and areas that I am selling more of. And there is simply a fact that there are less people selling those items now, whether they dropped off or they want to fix photos or whatever the case may be. 27 million listings had photos gone. So, maybe those people are frustrated enough to drop off, and maybe it's been a huge amount. But with the evidence here is that there's a lot of people jumping off the bandwagon. They're not listing as many items. They're cautious. They're afraid of what could happen. They don't want to lose photos or anything like that. For me, I'm just jumping in and going straight through. If I lose 30, 50 photo listings, it's a drop in the bucket. It's a nothing to us with 40,000 listings. It just doesn't make sense to worry about that. That's sweating the small stuff. For me, I'm just moving forward. I'm investigating. I'm taking the webinars when they have something new coming out, so I know how it works. That's all there is to it. And again, I'm happy about what's going on. And not because people are dropping off. It's always sad to hear people giving up on eBay when it's been just such a whirlwind for us. I've always made money on eBay. I've always made profits. Since the first year eBay has been on, we have done something with eBay. I do full-time business on eBay. This is our full-time job, along with Amazon and all, but eBay pays for everything. eBay covers my expenses and everything. The whole works. Why would anybody want to give the opportunity up for that? Give it a chance. For us, we make all of our money on eBay. It makes no sense for me to jump off the bandwagon. It hasn't changed my sales at all. Even all the apocalypse and missing a photo here, missing a photo there, my sales are up. They're way up because of all the other people having issues and dropping off. More power to them if that's what they want to do, but these other sites, Bonanza and all these other places, aren't stable enough. They haven't been in the market long enough. They're not in the top 2. All these other sites are going to go through changes just as eBay did. I guarantee it. Maybe not now, maybe not next year, but they're going to have to as they build their audience, and they're going to have just as many issues without the infrastructure and the years of doing this to succeed properly. That's my take on it. So, you can jump the bandwagon, you can try and sell your stuff other places. We sell on 7 different locations, and eBay and Amazon are the number 1 and number 2 places we sell on across the board for the entire time we've ever sold online. Don't give up out of the top 1 and 2 sources to go to some other source that you don't know is going to be any good, like Bonanza. You're not going to make much on Bonanza. You're not going to make much on Poshmark, considering the effort you put into it, unless you're selling just the specific items, the high-end designer items and things like that. And for us, we dropped off Poshmark. It wasn't worth my time, energy, or investment. I follow the rules on eBay. I follow the rules on Amazon. If they change, I change. It's the only way this works. That's why eBay is changing themselves to keep up with the technology and what's going on. So, there's more to this than just a glitch here in June or, a bunch of photos missing or something along the line. The big picture, I've already forgotten about the issues, and so has so many other people. They've forgotten and moved on about the glitches last month. Sure, I've had a couple emails stating, photos are missing, and I'm finding a few more here and there, but they're so sporadic, a couple here, a couple there. I may have 17 or 18 listings now that have turned up with photos missing. All the other items I have all have at least 1 photo. If somebody wants to find more information from me, then I'll go and worry about it. And you can pull your photos back by looking at a historic copy of your listing. You can just Google a copy of your listing and look at past copies of that, and your photos are right there. So, it's not a huge ordeal. You don't have to take new photos. If you've got them saved somewhere, you don't have to even dig for them. You can just pull them up from a historical copy of your page. Then you can look at historical copies of pages anywhere, anytime. So, there's nothing that can't be fixed. Just move on and keep going with this. Look at the big picture, the outcome at the end of the year. You're giving up now in summer. This is the slow season. You're going to be losing all that income towards the 3rd and 4th quarter. I'm looking forward to it even more now because of all the people that dropped off, because there is less competition, because when I'm doing a comparison search, there's less listings that have sold in that area because less people are listing them up. It's a big plus for me, and it hasn't changed eBay's standing in the marketplace. They're still in the top 2. They've been in the top 2. You're worrying about the wrong things. In the real world, in corporate America, running your own business is not this easy. Even with the glitches, this is nothing compared to what I've dealt with. I've dealt with people dying in my restaurant, stabbings, robberies. You don't have to deal with that at all. You've got a couple glitches that cost you some time, and that's all you're out. You're working from your house or a location that you set the safety on, that you set the time on. It's a no-brainer. Don't give up on this. We've made it. Other people make it. People make it every day. There's people coming online every day coming up with something new or being able to make it. I've got, subscribers to my channel, subscribers to my Facebook page that are all selling this kind of stuff now and making good profits. This isn't some line I'm feeding you. This is the real world, the real aspect of addressing this. You just got to look at the big picture, not worry about all these little small things, all the people worried about the small things who are dropping off eBay have helped me. So for me, you know, it's fine what's going on. I've said it from the start, you know, the changes they're making are here to help us. You know, don't drop off because you're worried about that. It makes no sense. But that's what I got, just a little rant on that, you know, the eBay apocalypse that's going on. But that's what I have for you today. Again, Don the Auction Professor. If you liked the video, please hit the like button below. You can also hit the bell icon up top to be notified when I post new videos. Subscribe and tell a friend.